Hello. Tonight I'll be speaking about David as my biblical hero. David, from an early age, was anointed king over Israel to replace Saul, who had departed from God's will. David was the youngest of his family and came from the tribe of Benjamin. David goes through this evolution of fighting Goliath and playing the harp for Saul. He ends up replacing Saul as the king. And then as you look at David's life throughout the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel, you see all the mistakes that David made throughout his life. One of the most notable mistakes that he made was when he went after Bathsheba and had her husband sent to the front lines and killed so he could have her. And when he was called out for it, he immediately fell to the ground and repented of his sin. An easy way to show that God never took his hand from David. He anointed him for his purpose and followed him throughout his entire life. David, immediately when he fell to the ground and repented, God saw that his heart was true. It did not cover his sin. There was consequences for that. His son, first son from Bathsheba, died, and he lost another son from that, the weight of that. But through her, he did have his son Solomon, who would take the throne after him. When laid across my life, you can see very many parallels between myself and David. Much like David, I felt called and directed by God from a very early age. And even when I wasn't walking with God, I could still see his guiding path laid out before me, how he had never taken his hand from me. Just like David, I've made many, many mistakes in my life, but God has brought me through them. He has never departed from me. He has always been with me. One of my favorite quotes from Ed Henson in Courageous Faith came on page 161, and I quote, "There are no easy roads to victory. It takes faith and courage to face the obstacles of life, and the spoils of victory do not go to the weak or faint-hearted. The victory goes to those whose faith exceeds the obstacles, those who dare to dream the impossible dream, who reach for the unreachable. They are the real winners." So taking that and laying that across David's life and my life, the easiest thing that I can say is that we have to persevere in our failures. The failures don't define us. It's what we do after the failure that defines us. Just like David, when he fell and repented and God was able to pick him up and still hold him in his arms and carry him forward, he will do the same for us. We just have to persevere. Thank you very much. Have a great day.